Hi friends, it's Sherry, north of the border stitcher, coming to you from Raymond, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, I hope you enjoy some of the things that I share. And if you've subscribed and you're coming back, welcome back. And thank you for stopping in to see what I've been working on for the past month. I have been working a lot on cross stitch, and it's been snowing here for the last couple days. We've got about a new 5 to 6 inches of snow since Sunday. And anyway, I have been working at the MUCH. I started at the grocery store the beginning of November, and I'm enjoying that. And that's 20 hours a week. And around that amount of time and other things that I've got going on in my life, I have been doing a lot of cross stitch. So welcome back. There's a few things that I want to show you, and I'm going to do it right here at the beginning today instead of at the end. This is one thing I forgot to talk about last month, and I don't know on whose site I'd seen this, but somebody talked about saving all your orts, which are the little leftover pieces of your floss when you're ending up, or anyway, they talked about, putting them in an ornament for the year and then marking it for each year to see what you've been working on through the year, and it'll turn out to be like very colorful. And this is just what I've got just from working the last couple months. So I'll just I take this off occasionally. I keep my orts, my ends, in this little container here on my table. And then when I get a few in there, quite a few, then I just open the top and I stick them down in there. But it's a good way to kind of keep track of what some of the colors and things that you've been working on that year in your cross stitch. So anyway, I thought that was a cute idea, so I'm going to do that. And this will be my 2023 ornament. So another thing I want to talk about today is I want to ask you a question. I made this cross stitch. I finished it in 1993. It was for my mother, and it had all the grandchildren on it. And I had to add more flowers. Like I had to add a flower up here and over here. I think I added something new. Where else did I add new? Well, I had to add extra ones anyway, because we had more grandkids than what there were flowers on that tree. So, and my youngest daughter, who is now 26, her name isn't on here yet. So that's how long ago this was made. My mother had it, and then after she passed away, I had stored some stuff in a friend's attic. Unfortunately, it rained through a window, and this was leaning up against the window underneath. And it ran. You can see how it ran. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So, and that was like 10 years ago, and I haven't done anything with it yet. What should I do with it? I've been reading a few things. I, of course, need to take it apart. And I have some color catchers. My friend Shirley had some of those, and she gave them to me. And so I don't know if it'll take away color that's been stained on fabric for 10 years. So I guess I should hand wash it in cool water with some gentle detergent and a color catcher and see what happens. So if you have any ideas, please let me know, because I'm going to do that fairly soon, because I want to reframe it and hang it up. And it just kind of, so the blue ran and the red ran. Anyway, so give me some ideas. How do I get that fixed? All right. We'll just jump right into my stitching. I have 2 fully finished objects this evening. They are actually a new start and fully finished. These are the Stitchy Ornaments. I finished 2 of them. I found these little square frames, and I like them the best. but I only have like 3 or 4 of them. So I'm probably going to be finishing them. There's 12 of these. My goal is to stitch 1 a month. And I did January and February's during the month of February. They stitch up pretty quick. And these are from Erica. Oh, man. Not sure where I put it. But Erica Aren't. I'll put it in the box below. I think what I'm going to do is take them out of this, though, and put them on some sticky board, because there's no plastic over this, and it's not protected very well, and it's not very stable in there. So, and I think I might even change the Aida cloth that I'm stitching these on, because even though I changed up the white, this was the original white background. You can see that you can't really tell the difference from the Aida cloth to the white. And so then I switched up a color and made it a little more of a tannish kind of white. But I think what I might do is I might stitch these on a green fabric because they're going to be Christmas ornaments. Or I might switch the colors and do it in 2 shades of green. No, I'll keep the colors the same, but do it on green Aida cloth. So anyway, there's 2 of those. And I'll probably put a bow or something cute on them, but I wanted to have something fully finished for once. So that's what's fully finished. I actually have a stitch finish, and it is my temperature butterflies for the year 2022. You stitch the high temperature each day. And I thought this turned out really, really cool. So I put the year at the top there. This is from the Stitchin' Mommy. And I actually have a frame that will be able to finish it off. And I think I did that on it's on 18 count, like antique Aida. Anyway. So I want to get that finished this month. A lot of you who are from the States might know that there's college basketball playoffs in March, and it's called March Madness. And so I'm thinking what I want to do this month during March Madness, and there's already a week gone by, is finish some of the projects that I've stitched and that are just languishing in my sewing room, waiting to be finished some way. I didn't bring them out today. Maybe I'll make another little video sometime of the things that I want to finish this month. So I'm going to do a March Madness of finishing. And so I don't have any brackets or anything like that, but I'm just going to be like going crazy finishing some of my stitches. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Maybe something new will be up here on the wall next month. I do plan to finish most of my things just as pictures that I'm going to frame. I'm not really into pillows and things like that, but I do want to try a flat fold finish, and we'll see how that goes. But most things I think I'm just going to frame. Those are my plans for the month. New starts. I had a lot of new starts this month. My quilting new start was something that I talked about last month. This is called Friendship Rings. It's a quilt designed by Liz Porter. And it takes different strings, skinny, all sizes of fabric. And then they'll get cut into strip sets and then white sewn on. And then they're cut out in a triangle fashion. So I have been sewing some of my strip sets together. They're anything from 1 inch to 2.5 inches wide. I kind of like doing it a little bit on the thinner side because then I get more fabrics in there. So that was a new project that I started this last month. And now I've got like strips and stuff all over my sewing room. And but I enjoy that. I don't sit and sew very often, but this is my current project. So the other new start that I had this month is one of the Prairie Schooler Santas. I am working on this one. This was from 1987. And I'm doing them this year for all my children. I have 7 children. A few of them were born before they started designing these, because they started these in 1984. And I have someone born in 1980 and my son in 1982. So I've taken later designs and I'm going to sew them in honor of their birthday. These are things that I'm keeping, but I'm just starting them during the month of my child's birth. So my son was born in February of 1987. So this is how far I've gotten with the February 1987. Well, it's not a February, with the 1987 Santa. And then I'm gonna stitch all of them on the same fabric so that they'll all be the same. And those I will finish into little mini ornaments, maybe to hang on my tree. So that was a new start. I didn't really plan to finish it in the month of February. I just need to do his boots, fill in his bag here, and finish the... but my goal was just to start it during that month. So those were my new starts. And my whips that I worked on during the month. And now, since we're first week into March, I've started working on some other things as well. I was making, oh, here's the Stitchy Ornaments, okay? Like I said, I'll reference it at the bottom, but there's 12, and they're based on quilt squares, but they're in cross stitch. Stuff everywhere here. Okay, one of my whoops is my Sunday stitch. I work on this just on Sundays, except for I worked on it 3 days, December 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And this is called If Any of You Lack Wisdom. Oh, here, I'll show you this first. By Yvette Ungrick. I saw this on her website. And so I'm stitching that. This is my Sunday stitch right now. And this is how far I am. I just have to finish this this right half here. Actually, it's the left half. And the words that go around the outside of it. So this one won't take too long for me to finish, but like I said, I'm only working on Sundays. And this is a 14 count, like, antique Aida that I'm doing that on. So that was one of my whips. Just the other day, I got out my Prairie Schooler Sunshine and Shadow. This is what it looks like. This is a kit that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace for $5, the whole kit. And my friend in Pennsylvania picked it up for me, and then when we went on our trip last summer, I picked it up and started working on it on our way home. And this is where I am so far. This one is on Fiddler. I think it's Fiddler. Fiddler or Oatmeal. I don't remember which one. But I still need to do a zigzag stitch around my fabric because I started it in the car on the way home. And this is a 14 count fabric, but it's stitched with 3 strands over 1 square of Aida. So I kind of like this. So that's Sunshine and Shadow. And I have the card somewhere. But I have these cards. I've talked about them before. They're project tracker. This was 2022. This is 2023. There's every day on there. And then I just put an X on the days that I work on it. So this is just a new one. And then it's got 24, 25 and 26 on the back if something takes me that long. Some things do take me that long, and I call them my decade projects. But anyway, so Sunshine and Shadow, I've been working on that one again. That one's kind of fun. Let's see. Another whip that I dug out that I had started, well, I don't know, a year or so ago is this one. This is on 18 count oatmeal or fiddlers. I don't know. Oh, it's on 18 count Aida Rustico light oatmeal. And this is a pattern. It's called the Swirly Sampler by Bent Creek. So this one will stitch up pretty quickly. And I'm using, it calls for Weeks Dye Works colors, and I'm using all of them except for one color that I didn't have. So I'm using a 611 DMC. And it has a little swirly S charm right in here somewhere. And I'm going to have to call and see if I can find that. This chart came from 1998, so I don't know. If not, I'll just, I don't know. I'm sure I can find a star charm to finish that off. So again, there it is. Okay. And the other project I have that I've been working on, this is another one of my projects that I'm working on each month. It is called The ABCs of Aging Artfully by Lizzie Kate. This is the pattern. I've switched out the colors to ones that are more country that I like. And so each month my plan is to do 2 of the alphabet letters and the words that describe those letters. So this is where I am so far. I have, let's see, Ignore Convention, Mend Fences. I still have a little bit to do on the house for that one. And then February I did Jiggle Jello and Eat Chocolate. And this month I'm working on this one it says Amaze Yourself. And what other one I want to work on? Oh, Flirt. I'm working on the word flirt for F. So this is kind of fun. I stitch, a couple strands on it each night for the most part, and then work on something else as well, because I'm just trying to get 2 letters done each month. And it'll take me about a year. All right, so I'm losing some of my flosses. Okay. So those are the things I've been working on. As far as haul, my friend Shirley and we went thrifting last Wednesday. We left at 10:30 in the morning, and we didn't get home until 7:30 at night. And we went to like 4 stores. So we like to take our time in the thrift shops. We did go to Michael's. And I've been buying some I've been buying some DMC floss. Sorry. I was trying to pick up all the colors that I need for this chart. This is the Charles Wysocki design. It's called Virginia's Nest. And I'm doing it on, what am I doing it on? I think I'm doing it on 18 count. I got the fabric. Last year I drew out the grid on it. So, yeah, 18 count off-white. And it has so many colors. The local little shop here in town where I would go to find some of my DMC colors, they went out of business, but they were selling their stock at 30% off. So I thought, well, while the DMC is on sale for 30%, I'll go in there and buy the floss. The pattern, unfortunately, tells you what colors, but it doesn't tell you how many skeins of each color you need. And so I thought, well, I'll just gather threads right now. So I just started looking at what some of the main colors were, and then I kind of gauged whether I needed 2 skeins or maybe just 1 skein. Anyway, I went in there during my lunch hour one day, and I was there for an hour and 10 minutes buying all these different flosses. So I bought 143 skeins of floss, and it was $112. But then with the 30% off, I saved $33. So I spent almost $85 just in floss. And even then, there were still 100 colors that I didn't have. So Shirley scoured her things and went through the list. And now I have and then when we went to Michael's, there's still maybe 10 or 12 colors that I don't have, that even Michael's didn't have. But it was mainly floss for this project that I was trying to pick up, and for this Christmas stocking that I want to do. This is called Christmas Gifts. So I spent another $26 on floss at Michael's last week. So far I've got $100 just in floss for these 2 projects. Ew. So those I should start sometime. And then the other, I got this I think off a marketplace on Facebook. This is called Country Heartland. This is also a Charles Wysocki piece. Get that light ring out of there. And this came as a full kit. So it has all the floss and the fabric in there. And this kit, it looks like it was originally sold for like $37.50. I think I got it for $15 off the marketplace. So I really want to start this one. This was on a beige Aida. I really want to start this one. But I'm trying to get some other things finished up first. I made a list of all the new projects and kits that I want to work on. I have that in my sewing room. I have not made a full list yet of all my WIPs, my works in progress. So I might do that this month, and maybe next month I can tell you how many projects I've got going. It's a lot. So, so the other thing that I'm getting ready, that I'm trying to get things together for, I got this pattern. It's by Sandra Sullivan, her Plain and Fancy collection. I got this on our trip last year, driving across Texas, and I checked on Facebook Marketplace, and I found this, and we stopped at someone's house and bought it, right? But it uses all these different types of fabric, and then it was, I think you could buy it at one time, all sewn together like that. It was a kit. So as I've been going through different stores and finding stuff, I'm starting to put together all the different Aida, or not Aida, these are all linen. All the linen pieces that I want to use for this. Not the floss, but just getting the fabrics for that. And then last week when we went to the thrift shop, I found another pattern by Sandra Sullivan called A Chill is in the Air. It says, a chill is in the air, leaves are everywhere. So I bought that for 25 cents. Actually, Shirley saw it and she's like, look at this. And I'm like, oh, yes. Yes, please. So, so I have 2 things from Sandra Sullivan. I don't know if she's still designing, but I'll have to look that up. But those are a few things that are coming down the road at some point in time that I'll work on. I may or may not have spent about $30 just on fabrics. I do like a lot of Aida cloth for projects. Don't know what I'm going to use these for, but this is like a yellow. Beautiful yellow. 14 count. And this is also a 14 count, but it's like a beige. It's kind of hard to see with the... Okay, so you can kind of see one's yellow and one's beige. I found a piece of SWardDesigns 18 count for $2. I do like 18 count. If I'm going to use Aida, that's what I like the best. I found a very light blue piece of Aida last week. Traditional Stitches is a cross-stitch company up in Calgary, which is about 2.5 hours north of us. And I found this for $5 at the thrift shop. It's 16 count. It's Platinum by SWardDesigns. So I bought that. Some little mystery piece of... Anyway. I got some more red. 14 count. I got another piece of Fiddler's Cloth. This is 14 count. I do like Fiddler's Cloth. I found a 14 count Aida, which is called Touch of Gray. And then I found another piece of Rustico oatmeal. Light oatmeal. I'm not sure the count. Can't see it because the stickers are done. 14 count. So another piece of light oatmeal. Found this little kit with fabric in it, but doesn't have any floss. But this is called a Tasket, designed by Tina Richards Herman in 2014. So I just thought that was cute. So I got that. Don't have any plans for that anytime soon. And then I found this big piece of Aida cloth for $4. It's kind of a little off-colored, discolored, I guess. I want to wash that up, and I might try some of my dyeing and see what I can do with that. So that was like a bunch of colors that I got. I also found another piece of black, 14 count, and another piece of 16 count Smoky Pearl by SWardDesigns. I think it's a pretty color. It looks, yeah, it's pretty. And then I found this at the thrift store too. Just your generic. It's a wooden shutter frame. I mean, a picture frame with shutters on the side. I thought that would be cute if I, paint that up, and then I can finish something on top of that. And yeah, so I was pretty happy with all my haul. And I found this for 50 cents. It's a stitch converter. And I like that because you can take the kind of fabric that you're using and you can go by the stitch count. So like if there's 160 stitches and you're going to do it on whichever kind of fabric, it tells you what the size is that you need. So you would go here and see, okay, if I want to do that on 18 count, I need 8 7/8 inches of space. And then you find out the other side. So easily figures the material size for your projects. I was so happy that I found that. Pardon my cat. Piffy. This is my cat, Piff. Oh, he's not going to cooperate. Okay. He's usually wandering around somewhere when I'm filming. Anyway. So, okay. I'm ready to wrap things up, I think. Some freebies this week. I get emails from DMC.com. And so I wanted to tell you that there are lots of free patterns on DMC.com. And just recently, they did a floral design of the alphabet letter and then a flower that starts with that letter, right? And they're free. They used to be $3 each, but I didn't print any of them out, but and they're fairly large size when you do those. So they did A through I think. And so I downloaded those and saved them. So, but I would suggest you go onto dmc.com and look at all the patterns that they have, because they have lots and some really cute things. Okay, another freebie this month is from Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. I copy so many of her free, I don't know how she even designs that many so quickly, but this is called Farmhouse Sampler, and it's just basic, right? And so it's got a house and alphabet letters. I mean, the alphabet on there. So it's a nice little sampler. She designed it on Christmas Day. Anyway, and then she always has a list of what flosses she used. And you can either print off a colored chart or a black and white chart, or both. So that's Farmhouse Sampler is one freebie. And I just found another little Easter one because Easter's going to be coming up. This is called the Easter Bunny. Well, it's just Easter Bunny cross stitch pattern by the Tiny Modernist that says Happy Easter. And it's just a bunny. So I'll make note of all these down below. And let's see. That's all I have. I will probably maybe make a small video later of how many whips I have, or what I plan to work on next. Do a little whip parade. And also I'm gonna just zip through the rest of March here and try to get some things finished, so that they aren't just all laying in a pile in my sewing room. So I hope you have a great March wherever you live. I hope if it's gone in like a lion, like it has here in Canada with lots of snow, I hope it goes out like a lamb, and that you get some beautiful spring weather. We can get snow any month of the year. We've had snow in June. Anyway, but happy stitching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of March, and I will see you at the beginning of April. Don't forget to turn your clocks ahead this weekend. We spring forward. I'm always moving forward. That's the way to go. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I'll see you next month. Bye.